Hey guys, welcome back to the channel Lost Legends TV. I'm Raymundo.
And I'm Yamas.
We are here to discuss the aftermath, literally, season 2, episode 3 of The Last of Us. Even though we're hella late.
Yeah, it's partial on me, but um, basically, we're here to talk about episode 3 of The Last of Us. So hopefully, y'all be keeping up with us. Um, I I gotta say, I enjoyed this episode for different reasons. Because it was definitely slowed down compared to like the last episode, but there's no way they were gonna keep that pace. Like it wouldn't make sense for you to go crazy like that and then just keep going into the crazy shit. But I like
Yeah.
a lot of things that I like a lot of things they added. I like that we did they showed the Seraphites already. You know what I mean? And they kind of try to humanize them in this because, like in the game, it didn't really feel like we were humanizing them at all. In this, there was definitely a moment where like there was like a dad trying to teach a daughter something, like about the whistling and all that, and I like that was pretty cool.
Yeah. It's
But we really,
definitely a change of pace with this episode because they're throwing stuff around, the changing the pacing.
mhm. And you get that freaking scene with like Tommy like cleaning off Joel and shit like
Yeah, that's
that.
woo.
Uh, rough, bro.
Ellie in the hospital with fucking tubes in her.
Yep. And then she wakes up screaming because like she's like she's still there. You know what I mean? Like she's not over that, and like it's not like that's an easy thing to get over. So, and
I think besides
also
Dina, Tommy is becoming my new favorite character.
I feel that.
He just has like this aura around him. So does Dina.
Oh yeah, I like how Dina comes in there like to tell her about everything, but they gave her time to like let her mourn Joel like when she got out. And I also one of my favorite characters is the therapist.
You want to know something funny? She's one of my least favorite characters.
Hell,
Yeah.
I
It's
just
not
I
because
like
I don't. Well, you go ahead. I'll get to mine
go
in a minute.
ahead. You can go ahead, bro. I can wait a second.
So I find her comedic, right?
Yeah,
Especially when she plays into the part of I'm listening to all these people, especially after like the horde of zombies came in. She had to deal with the aftermath of that, and having to be like the sole person who has to deal with everybody else's grief. Meanwhile, she's fucked up to the floor up, on weed and
yeah.
booze and shit. And I like that she addresses that, but at the same time, it's kind of to me counterintuitive what she's doing. Like it doesn't make any sense to me.
So I think because like from what it's supposed to be is like you're supposed to be able to like dump that off into somebody else, like somebody like another like therapist or whatever,
She can't.
like as a therapist, and she can't because there's not another person there. So she has to find a way to. You have to find a way to deal with that because all that's a lot of stuff that people are dumping on you. Like that's literally everybody else's problems. And I'm not saying it's the right thing to do, but that's the only thing she feels like she can do is smoke it away and drink it away.
Yeah, but what is she gonna do when she gets fucked up on whiskey one night and just drunkenly walks out behind the wall and gets fucking ate by a stalker?
I don't think they would let her out. Like, drunk,
She'll
you're not
find her way
opening.
out.
Drunk, you're not opening those big ass cake doors, bro. You're just not happening.
I like her
But
character in a comedic way, and I like how they addressed like the flaws in her own character.
yeah, I like the fact that like she could tell that Ellie's on some bullshit. You know what I mean? Like she knew. It's like she's sitting there trying to talk to Ellie, and Ellie obviously is not gonna take that shit serious because she's like, I just want to get out of here because I want to go kill the people who killed Joel. But she can't
That's
say
true.
that because if she says that, they're gonna be like, oh well, you can't leave right now because of this or whatever. So she knows that Ellie is just like not giving her like the full like story. She's just saying shit, you know?
Yeah, she can read people like that, which makes sense.
Yeah. And another thing, I love how Ellie wrote down her thoughts for the first time and tried to do it their way. She legit gave it the best college try I've seen. Cause she was like I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna be dead serious with y'all. I'm gonna do all this I can do for y'all. Like, please, let's go do this. And I am not gonna lie, did I see that shit coming out of Seth?
I was just about to say, dude, Seth came in clutch for my ass. I was like, "You the man. You the man."
He's trying to make up for that shit he said to Ellie, bro. Like he's tried his fucking hardest. He's like, bro, I should not have said this shit.
If I was in that position, I would feel the same way though. I would feel the same as Seth. Like, hey, they came into our home, took one of our own, and we're just gonna let it slide. No, they're gonna come back and they're gonna do it again. They're gonna laugh at us. It's like, grow the fuck up. I was like, cheers, man. You're my spirit animal. Because I'm not a forget and forgive kind of person myself. I send the whole squad after them motherfuckers. I would.
I can see both sides. I would have leaned more towards like Ellie and Seth. Like at least in this, like if we put ourselves in the scenario of like we're in this zombie apocalypse type thing. But like I can see both sides because I can understand not like wanting to send people after you just lost so many people. You know what I mean? Like you did just like sending 16 sounded like maybe too much. I might have like tried to compromise. Like let's send 8 or so. Let's
cut it in half. You know?
Let's compromise. Let's do a scout at least. Let's send 8, scout them out, see what they look like. Come back and like let's do some recon.
Yeah, I don't think they understand like how big and how much manpower they have on the other side of that.
100% they don't, bro.
They probably, they think it's just that one group, and that is not the case at all.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, fuck.
Like they travel like miles and miles around the area, but like they don't go that deep. I mean, like it's still like basically like a city. You know what I mean? Like you're literally just in like one city of what is it, Montana? There is. Why can I not remember?
From Seattle?
No, not the WLF. Jackson.
Yeah.
Is it in Wyoming or is it Montana? Like it's in one of the two.
I don't know. I think in real life it's in Montana.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Because we talked about that episode 1, I think, but I can't remember.
Anyway, like everybody knew that when they said no, that Ellie was gonna be like, nah, I'm gonna go do this shit. But I love how smart Dina is, because not only did she know Ellie was gonna do that shit, she's like, well, I'm gonna make a plan so that you're not gonna go out there and just die because of it, and we're gonna go together and we're gonna do this shit right.
What would you do in that situation? Like if we knew that it was just gonna be me and you going out against these heavily armed people. Again, I don't even think they know at this point the kind of manpower they have. Realistically, you're not going to make it out of there.
No.
But at the end of the day, I don't think really Ellie cares. You know?
No, because it's in a way I don't think the word cathartic is right, but like it's the best thing for her because I guess in her mind, if she goes out and she fights for what she believes is right and she dies, like, well, that she died doing the right thing and then she can go.
I was just set the gangster. Damn right he is.
You can go see Joel or whatever, right? But if she does what she plans on doing, then like she's avenged Joel in her mind. You know, either way, it's a win-win for her. That's the way I see it. Be like Dina comes in clutch. You know what I mean? Like getting all that stuff, and I love that. They kind of scared me for a second because they had that tent scene, and that scene is basically the scene that led into them having their sex scene in the game. And I was like, I really don't want to see that.
Let's get it on.
It definitely was like leading to it, and then they just went to bed. I was like, okay, thank God. I was like, oh, like I just personally did not want to see it. But I love that scene regardless because like I love like how like Dina's like trying to put the feelers out there for like, hey, look, I really like you. We should start talking.
Oh, when you signals, you know,
Yeah, she's trying to. So like, how would you rate that kiss that we had? You know what I mean?
I
It's that
wasn't that high.
I wasn't that
Take a hint. Come on.
high. 6. Fuck you. Oh, but yeah, like and then like I even like the little banter they have where like they're going like on the horse and they're doing like I guess they're just naming bands and stuff. And Dean is like telling her she's wrong with the choices she's making.
Alphabetically, yeah. That was pretty neat.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And then obviously we get to the tail end of that, which is there that you see what Seattle looks like. Obviously, it looks beautiful as fuck. Just
It does.
run down. But the WLF are deep, deep in there.
The ball's deep, man.
Bro,
With that
it
Anson, I was legit like, Psh, what you gonna do? What you
I
gonna
mean,
do?
y'all. Granted, if they came with all the ammunition that Ellie had, maybe, maybe. But that's a lot. There's a lot of sneaking around. That's a lot of. That's just a lot.
Is there
Is there
anything you
anything?
didn't like about the episode?
I was literally just going to ask you the same fucking question.
Synchronization.
I'm trying to think. I mean, honestly, I knew it was going to be a slower episode. So, because like, again, you can't ramp it up like that and then just keep it going like that for the whole episode. 'Cause it's not attainable, and especially since this is like it's kind of like a morning episode. Just like it's a lot of it is literally like everybody's trying to deal with the aftermath of not only Joel's death but Jackson, like all the stuff that happened to Jackson. Um, I don't know. I don't think I have anything real negative to say. Nothing just jumps out at me like, oh yeah, that was like I don't have anything like I don't think I have anything negative for her. I liked everything. Like I thought it was weird that we showed like the Seraphites dead, but I'm pretty sure what we're going to do is whenever we jump to Abby's story, we'll come back and we'll see what happened with that whole story. You know what I mean? Whether that's in season 3 or if that's later in this episode or what, later in this season. I mean,
What do you think about the absence of Abby?
I'm fine with it because again, uh, we're following the story of the game. Like in the game, you knew like we played as Ellie for a minute after all that happened, right? And then eventually we jump to Abby because they want you to know like there's more than one side to that story. And right now we need to show Ellie's side. I don't particularly need Abby to show up again the rest of the season. If she does, cool. Maybe like the end, like the last episode or whatever, and then maybe start season 3 off and just tell Abby shit. Like we're like, cause literally like what she's going through at the same time that Ellie's going through it. Maybe like they can do little flashes of where she's at or whatever. But I don't see it as a bad thing that she wasn't in the episode.
So I'm trying to fix my situation here.
We'll do it live.
We do it live. F it. We will do it live in post. One
Is there
minor little nitpick I have
that?
is
Let's talk about that.
just the sheer amount of information that is dished out with Abby. Like I feel like at this point everybody knows, whether you play the game or not, but just like Dina just dishing every bit of information about Abby to Ellie. And I feel like if they're gonna go that, especially since we only have 7 episodes this season, which again I think is dumb. But it really kind of takes away from the discovery for the audience of who Abby is. You know, the journey of Abby. Because the
I don't think she
pacing wise, it's
Mhm.
kind of it's really different from the game.
Well, they have to change it like this TV and stuff. You know, people have different
And
like
again, I'm not going to keep comparing it to the game. Like I'm past that, but I feel like just especially after the heavy hitting episode where we
yeah.
lost Joel, I
Mhm.
would personally would have liked to see Ellie find a different way to discover that information rather than everything just here it is. You know what I'm saying?
Well, again, that's why Dina was with Joel when it happened, so like they could have a reason to explain to Ellie who they were because yeah, like story wise, she finds she finds that out. Like Dina finds that out, but like there's no way to know how Dina found that out. That Dina comes to her with all this information, tells her like, "Hey, I know who the people are that did this to Joel." And they basically find a way to like make that make sense because Dina was with Joel when it happened. You know, like so she saw the WLF thing. She heard their names because they all introduced themselves and stuff like that before she got dropped. So she knew some things. Um, I don't think she gave crazy amount of information about Abby personally. She kind of described her, but we'd already seen her at this point. If we'd not seen her, you know, I mean, maybe, but I don't think she gave too much information. But I can see what you're saying. Um, but again, I think we needed that because we needed to find a way for Dina to know who they are and why who they are and where they're at. Because
Exactly.
otherwise,
I just wanted to see
it,
that as a part of the journey rather than
yeah,
a few minute conversation.
I feel that.
But we're here, so
I think they just wanted to focus on their actual journey as them together. Also, uh, what did you think whenever they found like the Seraphites? Like when Ellie and Dina found them.
a question I wondered
Mm-hmm.
if at this point is Dina pregnant.
Oh yeah,
I would imagine so, and I thought you remember that scene when she threw up.
yep.
I was wondering if that was like a little nod to that or not.
I thought exactly what I thought because if you listen to their conversation with them in the tent, she said something about how she had got back with Jesse,
Yeah, Jesse laying
and
that pipe.
yeah, I don't think when she said it, I don't think she was saying like she was back together with Jesse, like oh we're a couple again. I think one of the ways that she found a way to like I guess deal with what was going on was maybe to hook up with Jesse again because one that's familiar. Two, they actually had like something before they broke up or whatever, so they have a way to like at least comfort each other.
I mean, people do that.
Uh,
Sexual therapy,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. So I think that's what happened is like once they got back and everything, and maybe they just needed like to get through that to like I guess kind of heal for a little bit or be comforting in the arms of another person. So I think that's what happened. So they slept together, but she's not wanting to be with him. She's wanting to be with Ellie. So
And we know where that's going. As far
yep,
as the scene wise, I mean, I really love the scene. Um, especially the little girl is what got me.
yeah.
Like the long shot of her just laying there deceased. I was like, man, like move away, swipe.
Please stop.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, it was sad. It was, and
I was happy expecting them not to have the little girl dead. Like not, but like if they were going to do that, they would have to probably have kept the father alive or something.
mhm.
I don't know. I was kind of like thinking of ways like that wouldn't have happened, but like whoever came through, which it was definitely the WLF, just ran through everybody. But it was probably that dude, just like I don't know if you watch it at the end. There's like a trailer for the next episode.
I
and
don't.
it reminded me of the character. So there is a guy specifically that probably did that, and I'm sure they'll like walk that through when we get into Abby's part of the story.
What does that guy have a Napoleon complex or something?
No, it's I think it was his name Isaac.
Isaac. Okay, I know who you're talking about. But then
Mhm.
I don't watch the next week, trailer or anything. I don't do that.
I usually do, but only because like I'm leading into the the kind of like wrap up at the end. I
Hmm.
like watching like do the behind the scenes, like talk about like where they were, how they did things, and stuff like that. Like how they changed things. It's like that's how I learned like a lot of the stuff that like, oh, we had to change this because of this, that, and the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, after the credits roll, I'm done.
I
I
feel
don't I don't like seeing too much ahead. That's why I don't go and watch like YouTube channels or videos that cover like movie news.
yeah.
It's in the same vein as that because the less I know of what's coming, the happier I am. If that makes sense.
No, I completely
'Cause I feel
understand.
like the last couple of years, like when I did follow it, like when I actually watched a movie or TV, there's nothing left to discover. So, for my own personal sake, I keep away from that.
I get you. But there's times where like I'll see like a next time on it, and like maybe I feel like they'll like pull something for me. Like if it okay, like, if it was like say it was a show that like the new show.
Man, hating. Dial in
I ain't gonna
four.
lie, I don't agree with that. I just don't agree with that. But to each their own. Um, but like it was a show that like wasn't based on anything that I already knew or whatever. I would not want to watch the next time on or whatever because I don't know anything. You know what I mean? I absolutely know nothing about what's going on, and I don't want to be spoiled. Because I feel like that's like we're trying to hook you into the next episode, and sometimes you give too much, and I'm like, yeah, see, that throws me off. But with this, because I already know, I basically know everything. I'm okay with it. I kind of just want to see how far we're going to go throughout the game. Yeah, I love Bella. I think she plays the
So,
role. I think she
so
plays the role well.
we discussed this earlier, like in the other episode reviews. I I'm hit or miss on Bella as Ellie. I mean, it is what it is. But I'm also not gonna hop on the hate train about Bella. I mean, the only social media I get on is Reddit, and they just drill this woman. I mean, it's not that deep. I mean, if you don't like it, don't watch it.
Yeah, facts.
I
I
do
I
think
think
there's some casting out there that could have did a better job as Ellie. I mean,
possibly.
it's
I
not
think
that
she
bad.
does well though. I
I
think she
think she
does
does
a
decent.
great
I wouldn't
job.
say great. For
I
me,
think
it's not great. It's decent for me.
I think she does great. But I can also see where like I kind of wish they'd have done like something to like modify her for season two. But that's also time that they don't have to do that. Like they don't have time to wait and do all this extra stuff to make her look like how Ellie does in The Last of Us Two, because she looks more like Ellie in The Last of Us One than she does The Last of Us Two, where she is now. So I get that
Yeah,
completely.
she definitely hasn't hit that maturity arc yet, both
No,
physically and acting wise. I think. But I
yeah,
mean,
but
like I said, we're here. I mean, we can't change it. What are we gonna do?
I still think she's doing a good job though. She's there's shows where I've seen people do stuff and they just fall off for me. I haven't had that with her yet. I think she does the role. Like she plays the role. She's Ellie. You know what I mean? She does what needs to be done. Um, but as for like I said, for this episode, I don't know what we were talking about. Like I don't mind like jumping ahead on like for like little small bits, so I know some things. I just want to know how far we're gonna get in the second game. Because I know I kind of know at least to a point as of right now where they're gonna be in the next episode. 'Cause I want to know how much they're gonna cover before they jump into like season three.
Remind me.
but I don't want to see like big things. Like I don't want to be like, oh, like well, this is we did this now. Like if they change something completely, like I
Mhm.
don't want to see. And that would upset me if I saw that in the next time on Last of Us or whatever. But
You know
I
what's going to be really weird? If they wait another 2 years to bring out season 3.
yeah,
Be fucked.
they might honestly at this point. I feel like they. I don't want them to wait that long, but I do think we're going to at least have it's at least going to be a year, like a full calendar year before we get like season 3.
I just don't understand 7 episodes, man. Like it bothers the hell out of me. Yeah, like it really
I think
does.
I think it's more of like a modern thing. 'Cause I like
Go 10. 10
yeah,
short for a season, bro. Back in the
yeah.
day, I mean, shows used to dish out like 20 to 25 episodes for one season. I mean, is it the new norm just to go like less than 10? I don't
I
know.
don't know, bro. I think it is the new norm. I think a lot of people like I don't know, like just maybe it's like the older, the farther along we get in media, I think people's like attention spans drop because like they can't like fully invest in like 20 episodes or something. And that might not be the case. I don't know. Like just like
No, I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, especially if they're marketing towards a younger audience, that's going to be the case
yeah,
because, you know, we've seen firsthand kids do not have the attention span to sit down and watch a movie anymore. I'm the opposite. I don't go through TikTok. I don't even use TikTok.
I
YouTube
don't either.
Shorts. I don't scroll through YouTube Shorts. It's just something I don't do. I make
Yeah,
YouTube Shorts because, the YouTube content,
huh?
but I like sitting and watching a movie, dissecting it. TV show, I like, somewhere around 45 minutes to an hour. But 7 episodes for one season. I just don't
Yeah.
understand it.
I would have rather 10 personally. Like I don't mind them doing short seasons. Um, because I mean they've I at least have faith in them because like season 1 was 8 episodes, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
I think it was
I
eight
think so.
episodes,
I think you're
and
right. Look it up real quick.
they covered the whole first game in 8 episodes, and I was like, you know what, cool. You did what we needed to get done. They even gave us an episode with stuff that didn't even have anything to do with the game. Like it was like things that we did not see in the game. So like they had an episode to give.
Season 1 was
So
9 episodes.
not episode. So
I would
but yeah,
say
like
10 because the pilot was so long, like legit over an hour and a half.
yeah.
I would say about fleshed out about 10 episodes.
But like I said, I would rather more episodes. But if they're able to tell the story in 7, like we'll see. We'll see when we get there. Because we're three episodes in now, so got a fourth in 2 days, and then like we got basically a month left of The Last of Us.
Yeah, what do you think about Tommy not being as vengeful as we thought he would be?
I think that change will change eventually because I think that's how he was in the game. Is like in the very moment because I don't want to like go too deep into for people who hadn't seen like who hadn't played it because I don't want to like spoil stories. But he does change later, so I think eventually he will. I think right now he's like more of like I want to make sure Ellie's okay, and as of right now, I don't even know if he knows that Ellie is gone. But I feel like once he finds out that she's gone, that's when he'll have that little change. You know what I mean? Like he'll like because it kind of like develops over time because he starts kind of going crazy with it to a point.
What was the time jump? Was it 3 months later?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
Which
think
gives
for the most part, I mean, Tommy's doing pretty good. I mean, like when him and Jesse's out there working, he seems like, The grief,
It's
for the
not
most part, has dissipated.
at least
Also, do you
grief-wise.
think Jesse voted yes?
Yeah, I think Jesse, Tommy, and Maria voted yes.
They was the only ones.
Yeah, because everybody else was characters we didn't know. And initially, I was thinking, okay, Maria probably didn't say yes because in the game she's like more like away from that. Like I don't want to risk people, but like her face and everything, and her being like a lawyer before all this started, Ellie giving that compelling speech really made me think, okay, so she probably did say yes. So, and I know for sure Thomason does. And the way Jesse talked to Ellie about you need to write down your thoughts because they're not going to vote angry. You know what I mean? I think that was him trying to give her like I want you to succeed in this, so I need you to do your best because if not, you're not getting this. And
And she didn't
there
get
was
it
no
anyway, which I mean, we knew she wouldn't. But
yeah, there was no convincing other people. And I also like that they actually had that meeting. Like we actually seen that meeting, like where like they talked it out and like you can see why people didn't want to do it, and you can see what people how people felt when they did want to do it. Like I get, yeah, like I said, I can see both sides. I can understand not wanting to risk people from your town after you just went through this like big event. I can completely understand it. At the same time, like if that's me and that was like my father figure who just got destroyed like that,
damn
there's
over.
not a damn thing. There's not a damn thing you can tell me.
Yeah.
Like I'm going go. So either you sending people with me or I'm going with myself. So y'all decide. Y'all tell me.
You know, one thing I mentioned this, I think, in the last one as well, the last episode. I still want them to play with that fucking pipe thing. They showed it twice, not once, twice, and it's not went anywhere after 3 months. That has to mean something. If they forget about that, I'm gonna be highly upset.
They'll bring it back in the very last episode.
Yeah, you just see that one more time. In the
They're gonna keep hyping. Yeah, they're like, there's this one guy. He really wants to see that pipe stuff. They're just go back and add
that means the
in.
cordyceps are active inside of Jackson.
I don't think it's inside of Jackson. I think it's just like because they have to tunnel through something. So I get that there was pipes, and then that's why those pipes weren't working because they got through that set of pipes. Because not all of them. It was literally just that one section that they had been working on.
Inside of
So
Jackson,
it means but that's literally just that one set of pipes. There's more than just one set of pipes in Jackson. Because they've got like running water.
That doesn't intrigue you though?
Oh, it intrigues me. I want to see where it goes, but like I don't think it's inside of Jackson. Like I don't think it's like they're just gonna pop up in the middle of Jackson, like because like
surprise.
That's what I didn't see. The one was like they showed you that like it travels underground, and basically like if like someone were to touch it, then like that kind of sets it off somewhere else, like miles away, and they're like, oh, okay. Then they come towards it, which is what I think happened while they came towards Jackson when somebody was messing with that. So whenever they did come up, they went towards where it was active at. They wouldn't pop up right there in the middle of it.
No, I wasn't saying that. Like I know they're messing with the network of the cordyceps, but I thought that happened because Abby slid down that hill and she was running, and Jackson was right there, and they sensed it, and that's why they went over to Jackson.
Yeah, but I think because like I said, like that's what triggers them is like because they went through a lot of that in the first season was like I think who was it? Why am I blanking on her name? Oh my god, bro!
Give me a hint.
girl was running with Joel before like they found Ellie.
Dina?
Tess. Fuck.
Tess. Yeah, Tess. You're talking about the game.
Yeah, no, like first season.
Yeah, season one. Yeah.
They explained. She explained that like because they were like showing that scene where they were looking down at the whole horde or whatever down on the ground, and she was explaining like if you like mess with those like kind of like roots in a way, like whenever you hit that, like there's like section of them like a mile away that'll feel that, and they'll come towards that route. So I think what it is because like they're buried in snow, so they're not going to immediately just jump up out of it. They needed something to like right there in the moment. But because when they got up, someone had messed with those fibers over there. That was like, okay, well, that's where we're going because that's like almost embedded in their like fungus brain. Yeah,
What was they doing in the snow? Hibernating, trying to stay warm with their
that's
own.
their own dead corpse. Wild. Could you imagine if that's what we had to do?
Just pile of dead corpses on top of us in the snow.
Yeah, that's how we had to stay warm in the winter.
I don't know if that would realistically work.
No, I don't think it would. But it'd be wild as fuck to see.
Because I mean, if you're deceased, your body immediately goes to room temperature, and you're out in the snow. I mean, you're gonna freeze over. You'll be
Oh
like
yeah.
ice sitting on top of you. I think we should try it out one day.
That's right.
Let's go to Montana. Look out, Montana! Here we come.
Overall though, what do you how do you feel going into the next episode? And what would you rate this episode?
This episode, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed seeing the aftermath. The cinematography of this show is just it's amazing.
That's the one thing that has not changed in any way for me. Like what pacing could be like a little off sometimes, but cinematography has been A1 since day one, bro. It's been
Like
so
when,
damn
bro, the gravesite, beautiful. Seattle,
beautiful.
beautiful. Jackson, beautiful.
Beautiful. Like I haven't seen a shot that I was like, dude, that looks fucking awful. Like, what were you thinking?
I really like that scene as well when Ellie goes inside Joel's house and finds the watch.
Yeah.
Like the way they
Like
shot
she's-
that, they did a good job of like conveying the emptiness and sadness.
Yeah.
And that's one of the times I feel like this is Ellie's strong point when she starts crying when she goes into the closet and stuff.
And like, bro, that's one of the things. Like when I watched the after thing, Bella like legit cried. Like she had to do that take multiple times because she was like legit crying the first couple times because like she invested in the character at first. Like she touched the moment she touched that thing, touched the sleeve. She actually cried.
Are you saying
That's
she
just-
cried before her mark, so she had to do it again?
No, like it was just like
Or she was
like
too emotional to begin with.
yeah, at first. Like because like she was like invested in it. But like she legit cried, like full on tears.
I mean, look, we've done acting, and crying is not easy. It's not.
It is not.
They have what's called menthol tears, but I mean, you can't fake the real ones. It's got to come from somewhere.
But what would you rate the episode?
10 out of 10.
Yeah,
I would go.
if we're going like because one you gave a 4.
Yeah, one I
Two
gave it a
you
4.
2 you gave was it a 7.5 or was it?
Yeah, I
7?
think I gave it a 7.5. I believe.
So you went 4, 7.5. So where you at now?
I'd probably meet it somewhere in the middle and say 6. I'll give this episode 6. It's nothing extravagant, but it was a good aftermath episode to see where everybody's headspace was at, what they're gonna do. And once again, Seth is my man. Seth came in fucking
Even
clutch.
like him at the gate and shit, because I didn't expect that at all. Like, here, take this gun. It's better. I promise you, it's better. Dope. I like the 180 he's done so far.
Yeah, I feel like I will be Seth in about 1 year. This old, broken down, tired of everybody's shit. I'm almost there.
He's gonna just go a homophobic slur and then change your life. That's how it's gonna go.
I'll skip step 1.
I get that. But
What about you? What did you rate it? If I give it
I
a
think I
6.
did. I think I did 6, 8. I'm gonna jump back to 6 for this one. Because I feel like there wasn't one thing in particular that was just like wow to me, but it was solid the whole way through. You know what I mean?
Granted, though, that's not the point of the episode as well. Not to be a heavy hitting
100%,
episode.
100%.
So I
So
get
like, yeah. So I think I'm gonna go with 6. I enjoy the episode. And again, like 6, fuck you, you know what I mean? But I did think when she said that, it made me think of some of the rankings we've done, where like we're trying to like justify like a 6 and set like it's better than like 50%. It's better than it's better than it's a passing grade basically. Is how we try to define it. And then when she said that, I mean, it was like she's like that would be hilarious is like one of the intros with the videos like us like or like even a short just us putting this as a 6 and just do a 6 fuck you just I thought that'd be hilarious.
That would be a good idea for sure.
Write that out. But yeah, I haven't gotten to any point in this series or the show where I felt like it's dropped off, they've gotten bad or whatever, and that is so rare with video game adaptations. So I'm still invested 100% personally. I know I am, but like I get other people not being into it. So if you don't like Bella as Ellie, that's perfectly fine. You do not have to watch the show. I enjoy it, so I am going to watch the show.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the show hasn't missed its mark. I do think season 1 for me has been leaps and bounds better than season 2, but I'm still invested as well.
I think so far too, at least so far. But there have been some great moments in season 2 so far.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see where they go. Basing off their past history, I feel like in episode 4, it's gonna jump to something else, and then we're gonna jump back to the Seattle scene in episode 5. I'm calling it now. Well, you might know because you have some insights that I didn't see.
I do. I won't say anything, but I do know where they're going. So you think though? So in your mind as right now, you think what's going to happen is they're going to jump somewhere else, do a whole episode somewhere else that's not Seattle or whatever, and then episode 5, bam, come right back, and that's where they're in Seattle.
Yeah, and if they do discover Seattle, it's going to be at the very end. I mean, very, very end of the next episode.
Well, they discovered Seattle already.
Well, you know what I mean, like the getting into it is what I mean.
I respect that. I guess we'll see how it goes.
I feel like I'm right. I can see it in your eyes. I see the twinkle.
Okay. But I think we can probably call it there. Thank y'all for watching. And thank to the people who commented, like Chaps. I can't remember who all commented. Hold on. I see Chaps. We got Dial In for Mazla, and I think that's it. Yeah, this is y'all.
That's it.
This is y'all.
VIP members.
VIP member watching with us. For those watching this later, please like, comment, subscribe. All the stuff we have to tell y'all. It helps us out a lot. And thank y'all so much for just rocking with us. Until next time, guys.